While summer is wrapping up and schools are getting back into session, mosquito season is still in full swing in Ohio through October. Learn about Franklin County Public Health's mosquito control program and what you can do to fight the bite on this Whitehall Wire. We're joined today by Sarah Fink, registered sanitarian in the vector programs at Franklin County Public Health. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me, Megan.
Absolutely. So before we dive into the ins and outs of mosquito control, can you tell us a little bit more about your role at Franklin County Public Health?
Yeah, so I work in our vector programs within our community environmental health section. A vector is any kind of critter, bug, insect that's going to spread disease from person to person. Our biggest program is our mosquito program, but I also work with ticks and rats as well.
Okay, so as we're in the midst of summer, and I know that mosquito season here can last all the way through October, can you tell us a little bit about how you survey and trap and test and make sure that we're really staying safe from mosquitoes?
Yeah, so we set over 150 mosquito traps each week. Surveillance is kind of the basis of our program. We start setting traps in mid-May and go all the way through the end of September. We set at least 2 kinds of trap in every single zone in the county. We have 63 zones within the county. We are checking these traps every week. There's different styles of traps that collect different kinds of mosquitoes. So we have one kind of trap that collects the mosquito that can carry West Nile. We then test those mosquitoes each week to see if they are infected with West Nile virus. We also have other kinds of traps that just collect general species, and that just gives us a rough idea of what species we're seeing in the area and also how many mosquitoes we are seeing in the area.
Gotcha. And how many zones and traps do we have in Whitehall?
We have 2 zones in Whitehall. We have it split into east and west. Each of those zones has a gravid trap, which is that West Nile mosquito trap, and then the CDC light trap, which is the one that measures how many mosquitoes and what species. We also have one additional VG sentinel trap that looks out for invasive Aedes species that can spread really nasty diseases.
Interesting. So in addition to trapping, I understand that residents can actually have a hand in helping to collect data. So what does that look like?
Yeah, so we have what we call service requests. Residents can either call into our bite line or submit a form online, and then our field technicians will come out and respond. That helps us to not only identify where people are being bitten by mosquitoes and kind of get an idea of where some of those hot spots might be. It also really helps us to find where those mosquitoes are coming from. The most important part of our program, I would say, is actually reducing and treating standing water, because that is what is breeding the mosquitoes. And if we don't solve that problem, all the spraying that we do, it's just gonna take down what mosquitoes are out at that night. So service requests can really help us find those areas of standing water.
So Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about how residents can really make sure that they're protecting themselves against mosquitoes?
Yeah, so the best way to prevent West Nile virus is to prevent mosquito bites in the first place.
Okay.
Some of the ways you can do that is to avoid being outdoors at the time when mosquitoes are most active, so dawn or dusk. I know that's not always a super possible option right now. You can also use EPA registered insect repellents. So look for active ingredients like DEET, picaridin, really anything that's EPA certified is going to keep those ticks and mosquitoes off of you. You can also look at wearing long sleeves and long pants in light colors. I know it's hot, but mosquitoes find you by the scent of your skin and also the carbon dioxide that you're breathing out. So the more skin you have covered, the less likely the mosquitoes are to find you and bite you.
For all the folks watching out there, you can learn more about mosquito control in Franklin County at mosquito.myfcph.org or on the City of Whitehall's new website at www.whitehall-oh.us.